Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today to continue our showcase of the OP09 leaders is gonna be Shanks' turn. Now Shanks is honestly, all of a sudden, it's like a really good staple leader. Like it's a deck that I think you're gonna see show up a lot in OP09. You're gonna see it show up a lot in OP10, and it's crazy how efficient what looks to be like a simple leader actually ends up being, right? Like it's not like this leader seems crazy when you first read it. It's just once per turn when your opponent attacks, you can activate, right? You can activate uh, his leader ability, giving one of your opponent's leader or characters -1 casting power for the turn. And this may not seem like a big thing. And I remember like when Shanks was first revealed, I saw like some comments on Reddit and Twitter. People said like, "Oh my God, Shanks feels like an OP01 leader. Like this is not strong enough, right?" And in a vacuum might not be strong enough, but you got to think about how much value this gives you, right? Give every single turn, Shanks is like a 1k counter, right? It's a 1k counter, and that can translate a lot into card advantage because he lets you be able to stop the opponent's attacks, like at least one of their attacks, or make it worse or stop it every single turn, right? So it's been like a really good leader ability, and then you combine that with some of the really good cards that got released with Shanks, including obviously this tank called Shanks, and you end up having a leader. You kind of end up having this archetype in red with the red hair pirates that is now like kind of like this more or less kind of control-y type of deck that also gets to play like there's rushers and just get a lot of value that way. So this is what Shanks is, right? And there's a lot of different lists going on here with Shanks, and this is kind of what I ended up settling with. And honestly, a lot of it is going to be a lot of tech cards. Like some cards are going to be staples in most of your Shanks list, but you can play Shanks a lot of different ways with a lot of different packages, and it's just a matter of like what you think fits best into the current meta, right? So let's go through the list here and the things that I chose. Let's first talk about the fact that we're playing like a red hair pirate package, right? So because of that, we're playing 4 Utas. Some lists are not playing this at all, right? Some lists are not playing Uta whatsoever because they're playing less of the red hair pirates, right? I personally really like the red hair pirate package because by having this searcher Uta, I think it's so important for us to have a 1-drop searcher like this because it lets me search for the right tool for the right matchup. I think Shank is a deck that really thrives on kind of specializing and changing your play style based on whatever matchups you're going against. Like Shanks is a deck that feels like it's actually 50-50 against every single deck in the meta, which means that it's really all about quote unquote skill gap in your opponent. And Uta lets us do that because Uta lets us choose what we think is going to be the best tool for certain matchups, right? So Uta allows me to play some of these cards like Yasopp, allows me to play some of these cards like Lucky Roux because I know that I can potentially find them with Uta. And if worse comes to worse, you use her to search for your 10 cost Shanks, which once you drop 10 cost Shanks, if you can drop 2 of them and have 2 of them stick on the field, it's going to be almost impossible for the opponent to actually be able to put enough pressure into you to actually be able to beat you, right? So Uta is here to let us search for our pieces. So what are these pieces, right? First is the big boss monster of our deck, and this is going to be the new tank cost Shanks. When you play this guy, all your opponent characters get -1k power, and this is a permanent effect, and it's also a rush card. So by having one of this out of the Shanks in the field, now your opponent 5k power units are going to just be 4k power, meaning that they have to commit a dawn to overcome this power. And it's really efficient against these decks that like to go wide, quote unquote, like the flamingo players, right? Because now they have to like commit down to actually be able to get attacked with their leaders, with their characters. Combine that with your Shanks leader ability, and you can kind of see where the defensive tools of this deck can come in, right? And again, it's really important for us to find these Shanks. So that's why I like Uta as well. Like it lets me be able to actually look for the Shanks and make sure that I can play 2 or 3 every single game. Because the games where I can drop 2 of these guys, it's really hard for the opponent to come back. We're playing 4 Ben Beckham, and Ben Beckham is a really good card for this deck as well, and like kind of like a staple. When you go first, you can play him right away on curve when down 7, or if you go in second, you can obviously play him on your 8 down turn. But the idea with Ben Beckham is be able to obviously trash, right? It doesn't KO, so you're able to get around stuff like Sabo, which cannot KO, or you're able to get around on KO effects, like for example, like Rush Ace or Marco, right? That you're able to do that here and be able to get through that. And again, you can find it with Uta, which is why we can play 4 of it. We have these guys are really just gonna be our 8 2K, so Hongo and then Limejuice. Can be searchable with Uta, but they're really there mostly as a 2K. Their effects are really French. I mean, the Limejuice effect could potentially be useful in certain situations, right? Because it lets you stop one of the opponent's blockers, right? And so, like, if you're looking for the last turn to push the lethal damage, you can do that with the Limejuice. But the Hongo, a lot of times, you're usually just gonna use him as a 2K counter. And then we have the last 2 cards, which you might not see in a lot of these Shanks decks. One of them is Yasopp, and one of them is Lucky Roux. The Yasopp, I think, is really good for the Dolphy matchup. Like, you can drop this. Like, the Dolphy play a lot of time ends up having like a big board by the time you get to your 6 down turn or 5 down turn, and you're able to just drop Yasopp. And now Yasopp makes it so that your leader is a 1K, a 6K leader onto the opponent's next turn. So ends up being really, really useful because it stops the opponent's aggression if they try to go really wide against you. And of course, after the effect is over, on your next turn, if you put it down on the Yasopp, it lets you be able to actually trade into the board even more efficiently. And then I like the 2 Lucky Roux here. Now, this guy has a pretty cool effect, right? He's a blocker, but when he gets KO, including when he blocks, you're able to get KO one of the opponent's characters with an original power of 6,000 power or less, which means that the opponent cannot play around this by giving their character like Dawn, for example. Like, the way that they can play around Red Hawk is by giving their characters Dawn. They cannot do that with Lucky Roux. Like, the moment that this Lucky Roux triggers, it doesn't matter how much Dawn or how much you have buffed your character, it will kill it if originally it has 6,000 power or less. So this card is really cool. We only played 2 of it because, again, we have this Uta to be able to search for it, but it's really cool against aggro decks, or even against Dolphy. Against Dolphy, it's a little bit more accurate because they do have the bounce slot to bounce this back to your hand, but like against aggro decks, you're able to like drop this down and you block one of their attacks and you're able to KO one of the other attackers. So you end up kind of like ruining 2 attacks in one turn, which is really good. And these are the cards, again, that we're playing with the red hair package. I guess technically we do have this 10 cost Shanks here as well. It's not the Russia Shanks, right? But it lets us KO one of the opponent's characters with 10k power or less. This is really good in a lot of matchups, right? You're able to KO Moria, you're able to KO I guess like Jack, for example, right? You're going against Yellow, you're able to KO Yamato or Ace. Or if you already have a Shanks on the field, it lets you KO up an 11k power unit. If you have 2 Shanks, it lets you KO at 12k power unit, right? Which can end up being like really, really cool and really crucial in a lot of situations. So in total, we have about 22 red hair pirate targets for the Uta, which ends up working out really well for us. I don't find myself whiffing this Uta very often. So that's the red hair package, right? The rest of the deck is built with cards that are just really good in red in general. That kind of helps us with more of this control archetype. We are playing, obviously, another set of 6 2Ks. So for Otamas, just probably one of the best 2Ks in the game. Be able to also give your opponent 2K minus 2K if you want to be able to kill them with like a Rayleigh or a Whitebeard. So that's why we play the Otama. 2 Sanjis. Really good tech card if the opponent is trying to starve you out. So like if you're going against something like Enel, for example, and then not attacking into your life, you're able to use this to be able to take your own life, right? And just as I showed to it, captain. We are playing triple dragon here. So like this deck has a lot of rush power, right? Obviously we have our 4 big Shanks monster and we have the 1 Gol D Roger that we can talk about later. But the dragon is also like really cool card, right? So like when you get to your 8 down turn or 9 down, right? You are looking to either play Rayleigh or you're looking to play this card. And it's going to depend obviously in the matchup, but being able to play this dragon and being able to go for like a 7k and then a 9k can put a lot of pressure into the opponent. And then like even like you go this on turn 8 and on 8 down, and then you go Shanks on 10 down, it's going to be really hard for the opponent to be able to survive all this pressure. So you start putting a lot of pressure into their life and forcing to have to give you a lot of cards or start giving you their blockers. So that's really why I like dragon. And it's also really good in like against other aggressive decks, being able to just kill the big boss monster, like even giving himself the 2 extra down and attacking them for 11. We are only playing 3 Rayleigh, right? And the reason is because, as you can see, between the 3 dragons, the 5 Shanks, and the other 2 sets of cards that we see here, we do have a lot of non-counter cards. So I found myself not needing 4 Rayleighs, especially because I am playing 2 of these 7-cost Whitebeard here. The Rayleigh's just there, obviously, really good into the Doffy matchup, being able to KO a unit and be able to let you give -2 to something else so that you can actually attack into it. And it's just really good in general against a bunch of other decks, being able to KO something that has 3k power or less. So like really good card, really good staple, right? So I find myself never playing more than 1 in a game though, because usually you play 1 and then when you're 10 down turn, you're playing like Shanks, right? So like I think 3 is completely fine, right? I think 3 is enough that you know that you're gonna find at least 1 of them every game, but not be stuck with 2 or 3 in some games. But we are playing 4 of the little Rayleigh. So now we have this new Rayleigh blocker that when you play him, if your opponent has 2 characters with 5k more power, you get to draw and trash one. This is very important with this deck because again, we have a lot of non-counter cards. So if we have a really bricky hand, this lets us kind of cycle our hand. So it's kind of like a queen, right? Really good card, right? Really good blocker. Not much else that can be said about that, to be honest. And then we have 2 other, I guess, boss monsters. One of them is just one of Gol D Roger. Honestly, I haven't really found this card to win me games. I feel people are very aware of the Gol D Roger, so people are not going to zero life, right? So that's why I had 2 at first and I ended up cutting it to 1 because I just felt like it wasn't winning me games. But hey, it's kind of like when you play Dolphy and you only play 1 perfume. Sometimes you draw it and it wins you the game because the opponent doesn't play around it. Same thing with Roger. Maybe sometimes you draw it and you just go from there, right? So just run Roger, the big by himself. Sometimes you can use him without his, winning the game condition as well. Because at the end of the day, it's still a 13k rusher, right? So you can still put a lot of pressure into other opponent's characters. And we are playing 2 Whitebeards. And honestly, this is mostly for that Doffy matchup. So you're able to like KO one of the opponent's units every single turn, so that's why we end up playing that here. And then lastly, we have a set of 5 events here. The first one is very self-explanatory, right? A lot of non-counter cards, so I do like playing Batmaner's Kickers. I know some people don't play this. I think it's important because there's gonna be times you're not able to trigger Rayleigh. You want to just play him as a blocker, even when the opponents have 2 5k power units. So sometimes you don't get a cycle. This lets me be able to prevent some breaking hands when you're just losing me the game. And then Red Hawk is just really good against Doffy matchup and against other decks that have 5k power units. Because remember, you can go ahead, give it -1 with your Shanks, and then be able to KO it with this Red Hawk, which ends up being really important. So yeah, so that ends up being kind of the whole deck list here. And I'm losing my voice now, so I'm going to try to finish this up really quickly here. So yeah, again, now you're going to see a lot of lists. You're going to see a lot of different lists, but I think depending on no matter which list you're looking at, a lot of these cards are going to be very similar, like very staples here. So not a lot more to explain. I think it's better for me to just showcase the gameplay over the next 3 days. So you kind of just get an idea how to play Shanks. I think it's actually not a very hard leader to play, and it's very good because, again, it has even matchups against almost everything. So it feels really good to play Shanks because it feels that you can really outscale your opponent once you understand how the deck works, right? So today we're gonna just have 3 games because he ended up being like 50-minute games for each. We're gonna start with a game against Blackbeard. We're also gonna have a game against Enel, and I think the other game is against a Lucci player. So Blackbeard, Lucci, and Enel. So 2 black matchups and a yellow matchup there. So hope you enjoy the games coming up soon, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy. In this match, we're going against Blackbeard. Alright. I actually like the Ben Beckham, but I mean, like, I don't feel like I have anything else here just yet. Okay, my hand is slightly worse now. And by slightly, I mean pretty bad, right? We'll pass here. We'll have to kill the Lafitte. We don't have the Red Rock. I mean, at least we have the bad manners to be able to prevent some of this damage, or, you know, be able to not care about the non-counter cards that we have. Does the Shanks... Technically, if I go Shanks, I will have another Shanks. This can actually be able to kill the opponent's Blackbeard, right? But by the time we start going Blackbeard, Shanks, you know, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. We have dragon, so we can go dragon on 8 to pressure by attacking for 7 and 9. Opponent gets a double Lafitte, unfortunately, so they are going to get a lot of value here because they'll be able to trigger one of the Lafitte's again next turn. We didn't have a play on turn 2, like we didn't have the Uta, so couldn't do much, right? Yeah, I couldn't do much, and opponent purposely didn't attack because they played around the right rock. At least he saved me some damage, I guess. Yeah, man, this is rough. Yeah, we'll go like this. And we'll go here. Yeah, they get another value here, so... They haven't found the stage though, so that is not bad for us. We're just gonna play this Shanks on curve, right? Like these cards don't care about the opponent on play negation. We do have these. Okay, now they found the stage. Unfortunate for us. We do have decent counters, right? Because we have 2/2Ks. We don't have anything to play next turn. There's a consideration playing one of these last turn probably would have been fine, but that's fine. Yeah, I really wanted that Uta at one turn. Ben Beckham here will also be really good, right? But the opponent should be playing correctly and negating my Ben Beckham effect, right? Going forward. I could also just afford to take some damage and just drop Shanks back to back. Just go from there. There's no on-play effect that's worth negating at this point. I'm only going to be at 6 down, so I'm not at the Ben Beckham turn. So I wonder what the opponent's trying to think about here. You're obviously not attacking, because now I can use my leader ability. I'm still going to be at 5 life. So this is the thing. Like, I end up being pretty healthy in this matchup. Which is fine. They are going to use it. I mean, again, I'm completely fine with that. Completely fine with that. I guess we just go 5 here. And we'll pass. They should use the net stand as well for the dragon. Prevent me from going 7. Well, not only dragon, but again, if I get the Ben back and you're in trouble. Interesting game. Like we were about to go to 8 down and we haven't played anything. Interesting game. You cannot attack with your Jesus Burgess, right? Anytime soon. They might, yeah, they're probably just gonna try to look for the tank cost, but again, I'm okay against the tank cost because I'm gonna be able to stack Shanks, right? So the tank cost is gonna go to just be a 10k power, which means that we can actually attack into it. So they go for the basket shot. That's a good blocker. That's a very good blocker for them. I'll use the leader ability now. If the opponent wants to attack with the Jesus Burgess, that just lets me be able to attack into them. I'll take it. You have to negate me. You have to negate my ability. I guess they have the blocker, so they don't have to. But I mean, you have no counter, so you're gonna have to give me the blocker. Yeah, you're gonna have to give me the blocker here. I guess we'll go 5-2. I should have attacked first, right? But again, we know that the opponent's gonna just stop it anyway, so we'll go here. They gotta just block it. I guess they could give me the double 2k here. No, they gotta just block it. They're 6. They can go to 7. We still have plenty of counter, and I don't mind taking some more damage. And we're gonna start just going Shanks, right? Yeah, when they trash another card for the leader ability, these guys will go to 7. They get a 2k counter in their hand with the Shiryu. We know that they also have Liberation from earlier. So they have Liberation, they have So they have Liberation and they have Shiryu. Are the 2 cards that we know for sure that they have. Yeah, because Stage. Okay, they also have a Teach, right? Or Black Hole, I guess. Yeah, Black Hole, Liberation, same thing. Yeah, so Black Hole. So Liberation, Teach. I'll give you 1-2, okay? They could technically kill this dragon, I guess. If they have a Laboon, they can go Laboon into Liberation. So Liberation, Shiryu, Teach, right? So one of the 2 cards will have to be Laboon. So they have a 2k counter and 2 non-counter cards. You definitely don't want these Jesuses to die, right? So you're not using your stuff right now. You shouldn't be attacking with them. But the thing is that the only way for them to kill this with Liberation this turn has to be Laboon. They trashed the Laboon instead. That's crazy. I'm gonna do it here and just force the opponent to attack with the second Jesus Burgess as well. So now we know that they have a 2k and 2 non-counter cards. So at most they could have 2 2ks here. I guess if you have a second Laboon, you feel comfortable. Yeah, like, I think okay, so they do have the second Laboon. Alright, so we know their whole hand right here. They only have a 2k counter, so the Jesus Burgess is gonna die no matter what. We can make sure, I guess, that we go after this first. If you want to give me the 2k counter, I'm completely fine with this. We should have played Shanks first, by the way. But, I mean, the 2k counter still saves this, whether we play Shanks or not. So they have double Laboon. Yeah, we know that we know that they have exactly a 2k counter. They have Teach, right? So because there is a Teach, I don't think I care about Laboon. Because the opponent will have to avoid playing Teach here to be able... Like, they don't have enough cards to kill this, even if they do have... Yeah, they're just going to go double Teach, right? So this is a double Teach play. You won't be able to use your leader effect here. Guess we'll give you the Rayleigh and just take the Nets hit. No, I have to counter this one, right? Yeah, I have to counter this one and just take the 8. Cool. We know what their last card in their hand is, right? Their last card in their hand is a Teach. So if they block here, I'm just gonna play second Shanks and just kill their Teach, right? So the opponent knows they cannot do that, so we just go like this and we just go here. You lose it, you can block with the Teach, and we'll pass, right? And remember, I guess opponent's gonna play second Teach, right? So it doesn't matter here. And we're gonna know, okay, so they have a 2k counter. They play second Teach. There's no way you attack with this Teach. Like, I know you have a 2k counter in your hand. I might need that blocker, actually. I might actually need that blocker. I think I give them the 2k. So this is technically not possible. We can play 4 for the blocker. I mean, okay, this is -6, so this is at 11. This will be... This could technically... Like, I could technically go Otama and kill it that way. But that seems so greedy, right? Like Otama and kill the Teach. So 11, 9... No, I'm missing 2k. I'm done, right? So 4k for 4 for the Lucky Roux, right? So we can go 8, 9, 10, 11. Sure, let's go 11, and then let's go 12. Let's start putting pressure on them. I am giving them the cards, though, which is kind of awkward. Maybe we actually don't even play this. Maybe we don't actually attack with Shanks here. Maybe we just go like this. Like, at this point, I can just stall out, right? I think I'm just going to leave the Shanks here. Make it so the opponent cannot kill them, even if they attack with Teach. We know they have a 2k counter in their hand, and now they have 2 cards that we don't know about. If they do not use their leader effect next turn, we can just go the 10 cost Shanks here to KO one of their Teaches. Or if they don't play another Teach, right? We'd love to have a third Shanks here. Like, imagine how good a third Shanks would be here. I have to be careful, right? That's why I like the block. I mean, I still have 3 life, but I do have to be careful not to die. Opponent has the 2k. It's a consideration that I shouldn't even have attacked last time, to be honest. But, I mean, getting them down to 3 could matter. They have the 3rd teach. Okay. That's cool. That is indeed cool. We'll go here. So now they have... This is actually kind of annoying. Like, maybe I need to just drop this Shanks down, regardless of what the opponent has, and just threaten these big attacks. Like, what if we go like this? What if we go 5? And just drop Shanks? Even if I'm not killing a teach. I guess it makes more sense for me to just kill it. Maybe what we want to drop here is the Beckham instead. So the opponent actually gave me the 2k here. Yeah, maybe we drop the Beckham and save this for next turn. I'm still of the opinion that we could probably kill one of these Blackbeards. I mean, opponent could have the 4th one. If they have the 4th one, is that a punish? I guess it is. I still have a blocker. 2k, 2k. Opponent has 3 attacks. Let's say they have Liberation. They can go for 11. We can go to 9, 12. I like this. I like this here. We can go to 12, right? Regardless of what the opponent has. Maybe I'm getting too greedy with the Shanks. But like the opponent literally cannot attack with this. If they attack with this, they just lose the game. I guess if they have 4 of them and then they also get a Liberation, that could be a problem. We know they still have... No, it was stronger. The last card that we saw them draw search for was stronger, right? Yeah, so we don't know any of the cards in their hand right now. They got one of these teachers from that life hit, right? So they get rid of the Doc Q, which is going to make it harder. They get the Black Hole. There you go. So they can get rid of the Lucky Roux, like I said. But they can still only go to 11. So 10, 10, 10, and 11. And I survived that very easily. And I have enough attacks to swim back and win the game because you have no cards. But they are going to use it, okay. Yeah, I mean, I just take everything and just kill them. I guess I have to be careful because if I don't kill... I mean, no, there's no way. If they swing with more than just one of their teachers, they just lose. Yeah, sure. Cool. That's my chance. Alright, so again, this is what I'm gonna do, right? I mean, okay, opponent has 2 attacks. Opponent has 2 attacks, right? They can go 7 down here for 12. 12. 2 more down here for another 12. So at 12 and at 13, we can go 7, 9, 10, 13, 14 with leader. So we can survive their attack next turn, right? So we just go here. We just go here and KO this guy. Yeah, let's just go like this. And this should be game now. Doesn't matter what the opponent draws. I have enough counter to survive their swing back. So I have enough counter to survive their swing back here. Yep. Well, let's see. They have no rusher. Even if they have the 4th teach, it doesn't matter. Yeah, they couldn't negate the on-play effect last time, because if they did, I would have just been able to attack. They do draw the 4th teach, right? But again, it doesn't really matter. I have too many attackers. Too many big 12k attackers. So again, 10, 13. Yeah, so this is going to be a 13 here, right? So yeah, we just take it. Yeah, we go like this. We go here, 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 and here. Because we knew we had 13, that's why I didn't go for lethal last turn. If I didn't have 13 exactly, then obviously I needed to go for lethal, right? So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Lucci. I'm going to go second. And I'm just going to try to play Shanks, right? I do want to mulligan this. Okay, so this is still no Shanks, but at least we have Rayleigh and we can go double Uta. Okay, we get the Shanks as well. So now we can go like this. And my game plan here is just going to be to drop Shanks back to back to back. And just tell the opponent, do you have enough removal for the Shanks, the Rayleigh, and everything else? So we go Rayleigh into Shanks, do our thing, chill, right? Yeah. Guess we'll go 5 and 6, right? Oh, they took both. Cool. They took both. I was not expecting them to take both, actually. Yeah, I was not expecting them to take both there. That was actually very surprising. I can take them down to 2 here. And being at 2, they also whiffed the expand them. So being at 2 is really risky for them. I mean, I guess I just go for it, right? I can also threaten the Red Hawk, right? So I'll just go like this and just make them think I have a Red Hawk available. So we can go Rayleigh next turn, which I think I like the Rayleigh. The thing is that the opponent hasn't had to do anything just yet, right? Like they haven't had to do anything just yet, so they still probably have access to Ice Age and everything else in between. Do I want to give them this 1k? I think I do. I think I'm just going to give them the Ben Beckham here. I think I have enough other bodies to play instead of Ben Beckham. If they go Rebecca, we just kill the Rebecca. Yeah, we just kill the Rebecca and just attack into the brook. We have to attack into this brook. So, oh, okay, interesting now. Well, I mean, I guess the Hina doesn't really matter, right? I mean, the Hina is not really doing much for them. Like, we just go here. Yeah, we just go here. KO that, and just attack 5 into 1. If you want to give me 2k, 2k, 1k, be my guess. They could have Ice Age. But they don't really have anything else to follow with the Ice Age. Ice Age, I guess Ice Age, Suru, Ice Age, Gecko, Rebecca, Suru, and Rebecca grabs the brook to kill it. Yeah, I can see that. That's actually realistic, right? Yeah, there's the Ice Age. That's step number 1. So that's step number 1. Here's step number 2. There's the Rebecca, there's the Suru, then you go Brook. Boom. Nobody's surprised about this, right? So I need to force them to just have more Ice Age. Like I just need to drop this 10 drop and tell the opponent, do you have it, right? Like, do you have more of this Ice Age or no, right? So that was already 2 Ice Age that we have seen. 2 Tempest Kicks as well. They could have Hina, but like every time they have to get rid of a 10 drop, it's a big commitment for them. So I'm fine doing like this. I guess I could put all their Dawn to kill this. Okay, yeah, there you go. So they have like look at how much they have to give me, right? So they have to give me so much there, and I think I'm fine with this. I will give you this 1k and just take the 9 from this. Can go here and just KO that, or I can go Shanks again and I guess attack into one of these. So the Shanks attack means that the opponent will have to have double 2k. And I can still go ahead and do this late. I think I like the shank. I think I like the shanks instead. Yeah, we go 5 into 4. And then we have 12 into 8. So the opponent has to give me 2k, 2k, 1k. They have to have 3 counters in their hand. And again, we're still in a good spot. There's no way you save that. So how do you save this Gecko now? Cool, now you have Hina on the field. What is she doing? Like, what is she doing now, right? And next do we just go Shanks? I don't even care if they kill this, honestly. If they like put all their down to attack into it. What does that do? I just need to like defend some of these, right? This is at 12. You have to put a lot. Yeah, you have to put a lot, right? So yeah, it's just gonna be Gecko. So this is their problem now. I can kill the Rebecca with Rayleigh and then just attack into both their units that are gonna be reduced by both Shanks and Rayleigh. So even though you have that 2k, it doesn't matter. I could also just go here too, right? And again, just play Shanks to pop their stuff. So if I go, this is at 8. If I go -3, that's gonna be a 5. I can go -3, -2 here. I don't have to. I guess if I leave that Hina alive, am I gonna regret that? If I go to 2, it's gonna be at 6. They probably don't defend this, right? So we go like this, and just pop this. Let's attack here for 12 into 6. And then 7 into 4. If you want to give me double 2k, I saw you grab a Khalifa. But this is still going to be just a 4k. If they save this, I mean that's still -3, right? Oh, sorry, -2, right? For the other turn. Yeah, we just go like this. They are going to give me the 2 cards, right? Okay, cool. They're really hopeful that they can just kill us in the next couple of turns. In this turn, I guess, right? But between this and like this, the fact that the Rayleigh stays for this turn, like this is literally a 5k body right now. Like literally a 5k body. I'm down to take this one. Okay, and I just so good right now, right? I think I have to use it. Yeah, I think I just use it and just be like, okay, now what? So it's even worse now. Because you don't even have that Gecko attack. I can still kill the Gecko next turn with Shanks. Maybe I should have let that Gecko attack. Because what if the opponent has another Gecko here? Yeah, I guess it's a problem. So like I don't want to go to 1 here. And be at the mercy. I might need the blocker. I'm not playing the blocker next turn though, so I think I just go here. I think I'm just literally playing Shanks. The problem is that whatever they play here comes down rested. So there is gonna be like, can I survive this attacks? I mean, these guys are just so low value. So we go here. We go here. Like opponents assuming that they're gonna still have this Gecko. But I don't think they are. I mean, obviously they don't know that, but they're not gonna have Gecko. Okay. You have to take this one. You have a 1k and a 1k body. Ended up being a little bit closer than I expected, just because that Kaido was definitely annoying. They're gonna be going to 2, and then we're gonna have 3 bodies next. So we have no more rushers, but we'll have potentially 3 bodies and other stuff. Yeah, we just go like this and kill this. So 5 cards in hand, 2 lives. Your units are only 1k bodies. So they require 4 Dawn, 4 Dawn. At least with 2 Dawns, so you have like 5, 5, 7, and we can definitely beat that. Again, just couldn't remove my big bodies, and I ended up just being there and doing. Yeah, we just go like this. I'll keep the blocker just in case. They found the third deck. Okay, yeah, so I'll keep the blocker now so that the opponent is forced to. Yeah, so do you have another spending in your hand? Or did they mess this up? Okay, they do have another spending. So they have Khalifa, Lucci. So they have Khalifa and Lucci. They get to kill the Rayleigh. So at least they get to stay alive. 4. This is scary now, but the opponent has to spend down to get rid of this. So this is 4. I guess, I mean, if I get the Red Hawk here, I'm probably just gonna obviously use the trigger of it, right? So this is an 11. Yeah, so we go 11 into 5. The opponent has 3 attacks. We'll have a blocker, and the opponent's gonna again have to put Dawn to actually get rid of the blocker. Or not Dawn, but yeah, they have to commit Dawn, right? Which will leave me with 2 2Ks. Trying to survive against 2 2Ks plus my leader ability. Yeah, so we'll go here. Definitely have to put them at 0 at this point, right? So we'll have to put them at 0 at this point. So the opponent, well, try to put them at 0, but obviously we'll only get them down to 1. 2 2Ks, so I can go up to 10. So the opponent has to have more than 10. This is at 8, that's 2 Dawn. 2 Dawn plus 5. If I just block this now, if I block this now and KO one of these, opponent still has 10 Dawn. These are 1k. They would have to go. 5, 4 Dawn to go to 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 8. 9, 9, and a 10. So they have 1, 9, and 1, 10. We just block it. And then we just kill. Yeah, we just kill this. And now no matter what happens, we should be okay. Like, opponent can at most do 10 and 11. If I did my math right? Yeah, that was not it. So again, 9 Dawn plus the spandam, which is at 1, that's gonna be 10. We can go to 9 and then 10. So I don't want to risk not getting the right counter here. So I'm just gonna go like this. It's not like the opponent doesn't even have enough Dawn anyways for spandam to kill anybody. They could have double blocker here, I guess, if they have Rebecca too. So they go Rebecca, they trash non-counter cards, they go Rebecca, and they do have enough counters potentially with the Rebecca. 5 cards. Oh no, just Tempest kicks. They had to use Tempest. Okay, so you don't have enough. Because you don't have blockers, it's not enough, right? Like we can go 10, 11, 12, 13, 3 times. I think it has to be 13, right? 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I guess if the opponent has enough 2k counters, they get there. If we go Rayleigh and not doing anything, whatever, if the opponent can save Gecko, they can save their life as well, and then I just die in next turn. Yeah, so we just got 13. We got 13 3 times. Okay. Do you find the 2K, 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 2K? 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Yep, there you go. The 13s was ended up in the victory there. I guess technically 12, 13, 14 would have also done it, because the opponent drew the last card that they needed at the very last second. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Enel. It's my first time in this matchup. This is interesting. Oh man, not what I want in this matchup, I would think. Yeah, I don't think that's what I want. I guess I can go here. Ah, wait, no, I cannot grab that. I was like, oh yeah, I can go here, but I keep forgetting that Rayleigh's not a red hair pirate. Right? Like, he's not a red hair pirate. What if we just go 5 and just 5 again? I guess it lets the opponent just attack into the Uta anyways. So, do I need to do it? Do I need to do it? I might want this Uta for later. She might actually let me finish the game. Oh, sure. I mean, I'll go to Sid's life. So the opponent did that because now they can actually like start, like they can just start me out, right? So this is where I need Sanji. So this is where I need the Sanji then, huh? I'm gonna go for 8. I'm gonna go for 8 and just keep the 2 open for another Red Rock. So Sits means that they can KO any Sits cast with their Gedatsu. We'll go here. We'll grab the Shanks, I guess. And just start telling the opponent, do your thing. I hate putting them at 1. Because it just lets them get value from... Yeah, I don't want to put them at 1. Now that I thought about it, I was like, man, that's not great. It's just going to let them get value from Yamato and Ace. Yeah, not great, not great. At this point, Yamato can KO like even my 8-drop, Rayleigh, etc. So I have to be a little bit careful. I'm okay with them getting value here if they want to start attacking into my life. Put 2 down on it though for whatever reason. Oh, I know why. Because they're playing around the Red Hawk. Yeah. Makes sense, makes sense. I was like, oh, why are you putting 2 down on it? But they're like playing around the Red Hawk. Okay. They do get to cycle, so that's pretty good for them. They're probably just gonna use this to draw. I need to force them to like lose that life. Like if they have Raigo, I need them to just lose that life to Raigo. Like I'm not gonna be like putting them at 1 and letting them do their thing. At the same time, it sucks that we have nothing else. Like really sucks that we have nothing else. I guess if they like if they play Yamato here, they play Yamato, I guess. I don't like it. Gedatsu can also kill this, right? Yeah, let's just go here, I guess. If they play Yamato, they still cannot attack, right? If they just play Gedatsu, they can still put enough down to do the same thing they did last time to play around the Red Hawk. Weird game. Weird game. Let's go here. I might want to keep the bad manners. Yeah, so again, they're just stalling the game out. And this is where Sanji is critical. But we just didn't. We only played 2 though, so I guess it's fair. Again, also sucks that we didn't have something like Ben Beckham last turn to be able to KO one of these people here. You do have to attack with your Enel, I guess. Sure. So 7. Again, they can go Raigo, I guess. They could go Rygo. So the question is here: do I want them? Because this can just KO one of their units, right? So they could go Rygo, and so I don't want to give them the value here. We go 5, we go 6. If we go Shanks and they go Rygo, they still stay at enough life. You know what? Screw it. Let's start putting pressure with the Rusher. Like, it sucks giving them value for Ace and Yamato at this point, but I think it's fine. Yeah, they take it. They have to counter this one. Yeah, they have to counter this one, right? So then if they do it like that, we're just gonna go here and just keep the Shanks there. They're gonna go Rygo, and now they get the value from having just 1 life. But the Rygo sucks, but I mean, I have more Shanks, right? Where that came from. So it's not like it's the end of the world. And the opponent's still in a position where they really don't want to attack. Like, yeah, they're gonna attack into the Yasopp. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna give you this. And we'll go 5 and then 6 again. And you know I have another Shank, so you know you have to do it. So now the question is, which one of us is gonna have the most stuff, right? Like, they have to continue countering here. And you have another Rygo? Let's go. I have 3 Shanks. You're gonna need to have 3 Rygos. And every time, you're still not gonna get any value. Because every time I'm demanding you a 1k and a 2k, and you're also giving me Rygo at the same time. Yamato, okay. I kind of like this Shanks then, right? I guess it depends. I guess we can go here for 5 if the opponent doesn't counter out of this. They didn't counter out of it, so we'll go like this. And we'll just play another Shanks. Just put them at 0. Just have double Shanks on the field. Put them at 0. This is going to be at 7k now. And this is going to force the opponent to have to play Ace or Yamato. They're not allowed to just... They're literally not allowed to play Rygo here. And none of your other bodies really matter. So they got the Bonnie trigger there, so they get to trash, you know, whatever. We have these Shanks, right, letting us get value. This dude is going to be big punish, right, into the opponent. Yeah, we just take it. Sure. Now I also have a dragon. I just need to defend the Shanks, and I should be okay. Cool. Now what? You finally gonna attack? No? Okay, cool. So yeah, we just go 5. We just go like this. To protect ourselves from just straight up dying, I guess we can just... Trying to debate if I want to just like threaten lethal here. The opponent has 10 cards. I could go Gol D Roger and force the opponent to have... Like, I don't think I'm dying next turn, right? Could be Shanks. Could be Gol D Roger. I think we go Shanks. We go Shanks and just let the opponent heal up to 2. And we just go 5, 12, 12, 12, and then 13. Opponent just gave me a bunch of 2Ks there, including 3 Bages. Yeah, cool. Cool. I can also just attack into their life, into their units now, right? Yeah, right? Don't I just attack into your units now? This is at 7. This is at... No, this is at 7. It's not enough. It's not enough. I mean, I could go dragon, I guess. Like, I'm trying to think if I want to go Rayleigh, right? No matter what, this card's high, right? This is at 8. So then we just go 12. I think I am gonna go Rayleigh, to be honest. I think I'm gonna go Rayleigh and just save So if I'm gonna go about it that way, I guess we can go 7 here. Yeah, let's go like this. I guess I could go Dragon and Shanks. I'm not dying next turn. This is gonna be 2 down, 2 down. Yeah, I'm not dying next turn. We go like this. We're gonna go 11, and then we're gonna go 12. Let's force the counters out of the opponent. Yeah, like you're not. Ironically, they actually would have been okay because they would have been able to heal up like 2 life, by the way. But it's just they would just have to use so many cards, right? And that's the problem. Like they use up way too many cards to have to defend us, and they just didn't have enough Rygos. They didn't have enough Rygos. I had 3 Shanks. So hey, welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed those games today against Blackbeard, Lucci, and against Enel player. I think it's from matchups, right? From matchups that you're probably gonna see in some tournaments. So I think it's good that we ended up fighting 3 really good games there. I guess the Blackbeard player, honestly, like I think that matchup is actually a lot more favorable than people give it credit for. You just have to kind of play around some of the removals and obviously play around the Jesus Burgess, right? So this is why I really like the Ben Beckham, right? If the opponent has to like be using like their leader ability every turn, otherwise Ben Beckham is just gonna get rid of the Jesus Burgess. But even if they don't do that, if you find like 2 or 3 Shanks, like this card is so nuts against them because he doesn't care about the opponent having on play effects, but opponents still forced to do those on play negation because they have to always play around this Ben Beckham. And then you just play Shanks instead, right? And eventually they run out of cards, and then you can actually start using your own play effect. So I think it's very straightforward. It's going to be a matchup that really is going to be very draw dependent on both sides. Against Lucci, honestly, my goal is to drop as many as this as possible. The more 10 drops you drop, the less chances the opponent has to have so many Ice Sages to actually get rid of all of them. Still ended up being very close. You kind of saw we just had way too much pressure on them. And then against Enel, again, just play Shanks, right? Play Shanks, and then the opponent literally couldn't do anything. Like their units were big, but like they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. They just couldn't find enough pressure, and we just slowly be able to grind them out there. I think NL is probably one of those matches that is like really, really favorable for you, just because like we even get to play these Shanks, right? So we're just putting so much pressure on them. It's actually kind of ridiculous, right? And then eventually they just run out of counters. Even if they have Rygos, if you find 2 or 3 of these, it's gonna be really, really tough for the opponent to do anything. But anyways, enough about that. Hope you go to these games and the deck breakdown that we did. Tomorrow we're gonna continue with Shanks. As always, we always do 3 videos of every of the new leaders. So if you want to keep up to date with that, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.